finally I was able to get my hands on the brand new Jinhao 9019 that everyone is talking about. I got this from Amazon, delivered in about a week. I live in a remote area in the US, so you can probably get this on a 2-day delivery if you live in the right place. I got 3 of these in a pack. One of them I hid for a good reason, and the other 2 I already took out of the box and get them going so that I don't make this too long. This is the black one, and the dark blue, I think this is. They are heavily reminiscent of a certain Japanese pen. I'm not going to name the Namiki Emperor, but you be the judge. They're imitating it pretty hardly. Pretty hard. The clip is almost identical. It is a little bit shorter. It says Jinhao, not Namiki, and it doesn't have a logo. I like this ring that the Namiki is missing. This cap ring, it says Jinhao number 9019. So nice detail there. The one thing I noticed that out of the box, this has tons of little micro scratches on it. That generally higher quality resins don't come with. So this must not be as precious as our precious resin here, you know. When Montblanc pens arrive with all their preciousness, they're generally scratch free for a day. But I'm a little disappointed this $15 pen is already showing signs of wear without even coming out of the box. So here we go. I inked this one up with Montblanc Royal Blue, and it's ready to go. The second one I did not ink up yet. This is an extra fine. The other one is extra fine too. I like finer nibs for day-to-day writing. The one thing I noticed right away is that you can see like the molding seam here, and it actually extends all the way through the body. It's a little bit weird. I've never seen that. I've seen it in pilot pens that you can see this molding here, the line, the seam, but not through the body. You can see that through the body of this pen. It's weird. It's showing its resin preciousness, I guess. So this one is inked with Royal Blue. They're identical in terms of nib sizes, so I'm just going to put this away. I do have a third one of these that came in the pack that I also inked, but this is a special one because I swapped in a good friend of mine, Montblanc 149 nib in here. It fits okay. It's kind of a little wobbly. It's not like 100% set there, but many of the nibs, even in original nibs in some pens, do wobble a little bit. So I feel like this will be fine. We'll do a quick writing sample with these. Before I do that, let's do a quick size comparison maybe. I don't know, the usual one, this is a 146. Let's look at a 149. This is an extra fine 149. You see it's a little bit larger than the 149. How about the King of pen? About the same size, but it's more slimmer. It's slimmer. The King of pen is slimmer. How about the older Mahjong C4s? Similar size, very similar. Yeah. Okay, so let's put these aside and do our little writing sample. I'll do the first writing sample with the original Jinhao nib. This is I think it's a number 8 extra fine nib. I'll just quickly compare this to the Montblanc 149 nib that I put in. Very similar. Very, very similar. The 149 nib sits a little deeper inside the feed. I think it's because of the fitment. The feed is not made for the 149 nib. But we shall do a riding sample and find out how they work. Here we go again. Let's say Jinhao. Nine 019. Fountain pen. Extra fine steel nib. Wetness. Very good. Wet. In terms of being an extra fine, to be honest, this is probably on par with a Western extra fine, but it's even a little bit thicker than the Japanese fine. I will demonstrate right now. I have the Pilot 845. This is not the Pilot. Pilot 845 Orochi in fine, and I'm just going to write these lines side by side, and you see that even the fine Pilot is finer than the extra fine Jinhao. So the size is not accurate, the nib size, but it works very well. It writes very, very smooth. Very smooth. I feel like these Jinhao nibs are getting better and better. This is at least on par with X159 nibs, if maybe not a little bit smoother. Well, of course, we can always tune and smooth the nibs to our liking. Next, we're going to take a look at the, before I go, next we're going to take a look at the line variation. Let's see if there's any line variation. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of more ink when you press harder, but there's no real line variation. How about keeping up? The feed keeps up very well, and I see no skipping. And the royal blue is not the wettest ink to play with, so very nice, very nice. Let's try our other friend, the one with Montblanc 149 nib. So this is Jinhao 9019. Pen with a Montblanc 149, which is an 18 karat gold medium. Let's check for wetness. My goodness. Whoa, we need some wetness protection. And how about line variation? Very nice. Oh, look at that. Juicy. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. I guess we can just keep going like this. Not a big amount of line variation, but I like the ink flow. It's pretty good. So it works good. what did I think about this? It fits very well in my hand. It's larger pen, and I lean towards larger pens. And I like the 149, probably the sweet spot for me. I don't mind the 146 in smaller pens like the Custom 845. They're nice. They're just not the best size for me, and I guess it depends on your habits and how you hold the pen and your hand size. So for me, I think this is a very good pen for a price of only $15. You can really pick so much on a $15 pen. It works great with the Montblanc pen. So if you want a Jinhao pen with a Montblanc nib, this is the pen to get. And then you can get a Montblanc nib. You have to get the 149 size nib and put it on. If you don't know where to get it, you can just Google it. Montblanc will not sell their nibs directly. So I'm happy with this. What are some of the things I'm unhappy about? One of these pens, this one I just swapped the nib right away. The first one I showed, I inked this up and I left it like this for a few minutes. The ink didn't flow. Then I primed it, the ink didn't flow, and I had to negotiate with its feed and nib a little bit to get the ink going. So to me, that's, you know, an everyday thing. I like doing that. But if you're a first-time buyer of a fountain pen and you encounter that problem, they'll be turned off fountain pens altogether. So for someone that's a novice or has no experience with fountain pen and messing with them, this is probably going to be a showstopper. So do I recommend for the novices? I still do recommend, because you can get a pack of 3 of these for like cheap, for the price of one of those Twisbees. And you can try them and you can return them if they don't work. Or get a friend to fix them for you. I think it's still definitely worth it. At the price range, do I think a pen that beats what this pen has to offer? There might be. I haven't seen one. I've seen the Preppy and the Metropolitan and so forth. None of those really, first of all, directly compete with this pen, and second of all, they don't offer you a better value than this pen. So I definitely recommend trying this. The smoothness of this nib is something to be spoken about. It's actually very weird. If I took out my Montblanc 146 and it wrote like this, I would be happy. I wouldn't complain. If I took out my $400 Leonardo out of the box and it wrote like this, I would be happy. I would not complain. So there you go. What other cons? I can't really think of many other cons. Time will probably tell. I don't know how good this converter that sits there, it's screwed in. I don't know how long that will last. I have very bad experience with this type of converters from Noodler's pen. That was complete junk after a month. It cracked. So I don't know. We'll see. For the price of a converter, though, you can buy another pen. And they also sell the nib units for the X159s. But for the price of those nib units, you can buy another pen. So I strongly recommend these. If you have any questions or you want me to try this with different nibs, let me know. And if you have any questions otherwise, let me know. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.